Chapter 13. Our environment. 1. What do all interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living constituents form? Answer. All interacting organisms along with non-living components form an ecosystem. 2. Name the two main components of an ecosystem. Answer. The two main components of an ecosystem are biotic and abiotic components. 3. Give two examples of abiotic components of an ecosystem. Answer. Temperature and rainfall are abiotic components of an ecosystem. 4. Distinguish between a forest and a crop field in terms of ecosystem type. Answer. A forest is a natural ecosystem, while a crop field is a human-made ecosystem. 5. What are organisms that produce organic compounds using solar energy called? Answer. Such organisms are called producers. 6. Give an example of a human-made ecosystem. Answer. An aquarium is a human-made ecosystem. 7. Define consumers. Answer. Consumers are organisms that depend directly or indirectly on producers for food. 8. Into which four categories can consumers be classified? Answer. Consumers are classified as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and parasites. 9. What is the role of decomposers in an ecosystem? Answer. Decomposers break down complex organic matter into simple inorganic substances. 10. Name the series of organisms feeding on one another. Answer. This series is called a food chain. 11. What is each step in a food chain called? Answer. Each step in a food chain is called a trophic level. 12. Which organisms occupy the first trophic level? Answer. Producers or autotrophs occupy the first trophic level. 13. To which trophic level do primary consumers belong? Answer. Primary consumers belong to the second trophic level. 14. What percentage of sunlight energy is captured by green plants? Answer. Green plants capture about 1% of sunlight energy. 15. What percentage of energy is transferred to the next trophic level? Answer. About 10% of energy is transferred to the next trophic level. 16. Why do food chains usually have only 3 or 4 steps? Answer. Because energy loss at each step leaves very little energy after 4 levels. 17. Is energy flow in an ecosystem unidirectional or bidirectional? Answer. Energy flow in an ecosystem is unidirectional. 18. Define a food web. Answer. A food web is a network of interconnected food chains. 19. What is the accumulation of harmful chemicals at higher trophic levels called? Answer. This phenomenon is called biological magnification. 20. Why do humans accumulate the highest pesticide concentration? Answer. Humans accumulate the highest pesticide concentration because they are at the top of the food chain. 21. What is the chemical formula of ozone? Answer. The chemical formula of ozone is O3. 22. What is the main function of the ozone layer? Answer. The ozone layer protects Earth from harmful ultraviolet radiation. 23. Which radiation splits molecular oxygen into free oxygen atoms? Answer. Ultraviolet radiation splits molecular oxygen. 24. Name one health problem caused by UV radiation. Answer. Skin cancer is caused by UV radiation. 25. Which chemicals are responsible for ozone layer depletion? Answer. Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, are responsible for ozone depletion. 26. What does CFC stand for? Answer. CFC stands for chlorofluorocarbon. 27. In which year was the agreement to freeze CFC production made? Answer. The agreement was made in 1987. 28. Define biodegradable substances. Answer. Biodegradable substances are those broken down by microorganisms. 29. What are non-biodegradable substances? Answer. Non-biodegradable substances are those not broken down by biological processes. 30. Why are specific enzymes required for decomposition? Answer. Specific enzymes are required because enzymes act only on specific substances. 31. Give one example of a non-biodegradable material. Answer. Plastic is a non-biodegradable material. 32. What is the impact of non-biodegradable substances on the environment? Answer. They persist in the environment and may harm living organisms. 33. Why were coal hods discouraged despite being biodegradable? Answer. Because large-scale production of coal hods destroys fertile topsoil. 34. What is the advantage of paper cups over plastic cups? Answer. Paper cups are biodegradable and less harmful to the environment. 35. Name 2 decomposer microorganisms. Answer. Bacteria and fungi are decomposers. 36. Which organisms occupy the 4th trophic level? Answer. Tertiary consumers occupy the 4th trophic level. 37. How does energy change at higher trophic levels? Answer. Available energy decreases at higher trophic levels. 38. What happens without decomposers? Answer. Dead matter would accumulate and nutrient recycling would stop. 39. Mention one way to reduce pesticide intake. Answer. Washing fruits and vegetables reduces pesticide intake. 40. What controls the opening and closing of stomata? Answer. Guard cells control the opening and closing of stomata.